So the last 48 hours have been some of the worst 48 hours we have ever seen in the crypto market. We've seen Bitcoin drop to levels that we never thought we'd see again. Massive institutions are getting liquidated from their crypto positions, and everyone's just wondering, when is this pain going to end? How low is Bitcoin's price going to go? So let's talk about it. The crypto market right now, when we're looking at the charts for Bitcoin, we could see that Bitcoin has done something that it has never done before. A couple of things, actually. The first of that is that Bitcoin's price dropped below the last bull market's all-time high. So during the last bull market in 2018, we saw Bitcoin's price go all the way up to $20,000 per coin. And in the whole entire history of Bitcoin, since it was first started, we have never seen a correction below the previous bull market's all-time high. So this is a bit concerning. You can see this line right here. The blue line represents that high during the 2018 bull market. So this is a bit concerning. The other thing that's happening, which is also concerning, is this 200-week moving average. When people are talking about technical indicators and looking at this is another thing that has never happened before. On the 200-week moving average, we can see that Bitcoin's price has never dropped below this on the weekly time frame. Yet we are seeing that currently Bitcoin's price has dropped below. Right now, the 200-week moving average is sitting right around $22,000 per coin, and right now Bitcoin's price is sitting well below that at $18,000 to $19,000 per coin. So these two things have never happened before, and they're also a bit concerning. The third thing that's happening, which has never happened before, is going to be with the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Right now, Crypto Fear and Greed Index is at 6. But after today's close, I'm expecting it to be the lowest level that we have ever seen, because in the last 24 hours, Bitcoin's price has dropped another 10%, and fear is at an all-time high. So when we're looking at all three of these things, this would indicate to me that obviously we're not following the same patterns and trends and technical patterns that we had seen in previous bull markets. But what it also shows me is that we if not already at the bottom, we have to be close, because things are as fearful as they get in crypto right now. And as Warren Buffett always says, be fearful when others are greedy, be greedy when others are fearful. And fear is definitely at an all-time high. The one thing I would say, the one reason why I'd say maybe we aren't at the bottom just yet, the one thing is going to be that when we look at historical patterns, usually Bitcoin's price drops 85% from all-time highs during a bull market. And if we look at that, that would bring Bitcoin's price right now. So 69,000 was the high, 85% drop from that. So let's clear this out. 69,000 times, let's clear this out. 69,000 times 0.15, so an 85% drop will put us right at 10,350. So if we're looking at historical data, yes, things are more fearful than they have ever been. Yes, a lot of things with technicals look like we have hit the bottom, but the one thing I would say is that if we're looking at the usual drop from all-time high to the bottom before we start to rally back, it's usually 85% drop, which will put Bitcoin right at $10,350 per coin. Do I think that's going to happen? No, but we have to keep that in the back of our heads as we're continuing to see what develops with the market. But I would say look at what's going on with Bitcoin dropping below that key previous all-time high. Look at what's going on with this 200-week moving average and the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. And all of these which point to me being we're at the most fearful time. We are, if not at the bottom, very, very close to it. Last couple things I want to talk about is going to be with Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy, as well as massive liquidations that have taken place. Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy, they have come out recently and said that now they believe it is the ideal time to buy Bitcoin. But the one thing that he said in a recent interview is that if you're looking to buy Bitcoin on a monthly or even a year to 2 year basis, it's a very volatile, very risky play. But if you're looking to get into Bitcoin on a long-term basis, like a decade or more, it is one of the best ways to invest your money, best place to put your money. And he says it's outperformed gold, the stock market, and everything since its inception. Last thing I want to talk about also is going to be with Three Arrows Capital and institutions getting liquidated. What we're seeing right now is that over the last 24 hours, there's been $366 million of liquidations. Surprisingly, this is a lot lower than I was expecting, given that Bitcoin's price is seeing a record week in terms of losses. This is one of the biggest weekly losses we have ever seen in terms of percentage and in terms of dollars. We're seeing Bitcoin down over 10%, down over 30%, down over $10,000 per coin. We've never seen this. So I was expecting liquidations to be a lot higher, but they aren't, at least over the last 24 hours, which means to me that a lot of these over-leveraged people have gotten shaken out. They've been liquidated, could be signaling that we're at the bottom. But when we're looking at institutions, the story is a little bit different. Institutions over the last 24 hours, last really 48 hours, have seen massive liquidations take place. BlockFi had to recently liquidate Three Arrows Capital. They came out in a recent post and said that despite best business judgment, they had to liquidate a large client. And according to reports, they might have had to actually liquidate up to $400 million from Three Arrows Capital. And this is happening all across the board. It's not just Three Arrows Capital. It's many institutions right now have been over-leveraged on Bitcoin, and they're struggling. They're regretting it. They are getting liquidated because of this. So what it looks like to me is that it looks like we're almost at the bottom, if not already there. The one thing I would say is keep an eye out on that 85% drop, which typically happens in the crypto market, because that is the only reason, the only thing I would see that would bring us a little bit lower. But that's what's going on in the market. I'm personally buying. I'm buying a lot of Bitcoin at these levels. So let me know what you're doing, but I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. See ya.